What's up, guys? This is Grinding It Up number 72, and this is the very first episode from our new Grinding It Up office, the official Grinding It Up office. Yes, that's why I'm sitting on this ugly green chair again. It's back, and Todd is not around yet. He has to take care of some important stuff, some important ninja stuff, ninja operations, whatever. I don't know what that is. Yeah, actually, I just forgot him. I forgot to put him there, but yeah, we'll call it Ninja Operations. Todd will be back very soon. I might look a little hungover still. That is not because I am hungover. That is more because of my allergy that's still messing with me. I get this swollen eyes and swollen nose, and I get these tears running down my cheek all the time. I have to sneeze. It's just, yeah, it's insane. I gotta start doing something about this soon, I guess. Maybe I guess there's some sort of desensitizing therapy or so, whatever it's called. I don't know if that's the word for it, but you know, it's kind of a therapy where you get the stuff that you're allergic to, the pollen. You kind of get it injected. You get an injection, and it kind of, you know, it forces your body to adjust to that. And I hope I might try to do that. So if any of you guys have experience with that, leave me a comment in the comment box. Right, I'm talking about all sorts of stuff, but I wanted to talk about, first of all, I wanted to talk about the new office. Yeah, it's a new office. So we got this whole new background. It's not my regular background. I don't know if anybody noticed, but in my home office, I actually got this vacuum cleaner in the back. I don't know if anybody had seen that before, noticed that before. That's a funny thing. But you're not going to see that again, because from now on I'm going to be recording from this office. I might do some recordings from the home office though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused today. So at least I got coffee. So yeah, new office. Before I am going to go into what we're going to do for today's episode, I'm going to show you around. I'm giving you a little tour of our new office. I'm sharing this office with a partner. He goes by the screen name Mr. Dorson. He is a live cash game poker player. He's not a professional poker player yet. He wants to, you know, do it on the side. He has a regular job, and he is using this office here for his regular job, and he decided it would be a cool idea if we shared this, because he does want to grind a little on the side. And so yesterday we had a nice little Sunday grinding session. He had a deep run in the Sunday storm. I was taking my first 100 NL shot, and I hit the results over here, so we only see the 652 hands. If you've been following me on Facebook, you will obviously know already what the result of the shot was, if it was like or but all you other guys keep sweating, because I'm going to show you the results after we have toured the office. So stay tuned for the office tour. Right, so let me try it. Not sure if you can see everything. So this is my workspace, obviously here. Just finished a coaching session with a student of mine. And so what we got here is to get the Aria feel in the live poker feel. We've got the Aria shuffle chips over here that I brought home from Vegas. And Mr. Dorson, my partner, he bought some Aria scent sticks. So we got the original Aria scent in here. That's really awesome, and it's really kind of, you know, for me it's motivating. It just feels like we're grinding along in the Aria, grinding away in the Aria. So yeah, that's my ugly green chair that I brought here. So the new computer and my new chair, they're obviously at home. I'm not going to be in this office all the time, but you know, this is my old computer, and I'm currently recording with the old computer as well. This is the old office chair, but I got my new chair, my new computer over at my home office, because I'll be there quite a bit as well, so I like to have it over there. Right, so this is the workspace of my partner. Looks a lot more tidy than mine, and a lot more high-techy, you know, like cool headphones, and yeah, he's all more into Apple. So yeah. And now the best, or the coolest thing about the office is actually the ping pong table. So yeah, we're going to play some table tennis, some ping pong over there. And we already have had a couple of sessions. It's like the most awesome thing to do during tournament breaks or when you are in when you've just had a rough session. So yeah, we just came to realize that this would be a great idea to de-tilt, decompress after a session, do some stuff that takes your thoughts away from poker in breaks. Like yesterday we had this Sunday grind and we played a couple of played a little bit of ping pong during the tourney breaks, in the 5-minute breaks. So that's nice. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep, that's what we play ping pong with. So yeah, yesterday I was like playing a couple of Micro Millions events that didn't go too well. Played a little bit of 50 NL Zoom poker, dropped 2 stacks, and then I was like, if I'm dropping 2 stacks here and I still got 2.4k left, why not just take 4 stacks to war at the 100 NL tables? Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. When I'm running bad at like a particular level and I still got like money for shot taking, why not just move up and take the shot? Maybe I run better at the higher stakes. Well, that's obviously usually a bad idea, I can tell you. But you know, it's just what I did, and you know, I was just feeling like it. I was really motivated. I just wanted to succeed. I wanted it to work, and it did work in the end. So here we go. That's the result. We're up about 2 stacks. I was actually thinking it was a bit more, but that was just my feel. And I'm going to show you a couple of hands that I played in that session. So 650 hands. I just played 2 tables, very focused, very concentrated, and that worked out well. Also, I was like feeling that itch to get back to my regular games again. You know, I've been playing the challenge, the grinding up bankroll building project for quite a while, and I will definitely I won't stop with that. So don't worry about that, guys. I'll be there doing videos. It's just that, you know, I felt that itch, and you know, the bankroll is still healthy. Let's have a look at that. Here we go. There we are with all the tourney money. I lost a bit from the tourney, so it should actually be a little bit more than 2,600 or whatever, but I lost a little bit in micro stakes, Micro Millions tourneys yesterday. So yeah, you know, we got the money, we got the ambition, we want to succeed, so I'm going to do that. And if I drop to 2k or below, I can still move back to 50 NL and grind it out again. So no worries there. Right. Here we go. That was a funny one. This hand here, the pocket 7s. That was actually the one that I clicked by accident. But you know, I'm going to show you that this is actually an awesome hand. It's quite funny that I lost the minimum here, but that was my spidey senses going off again. I just wasn't. You'll see. It's one of these spots. So. Got 7s in the big blind. I got this unknown guy opening from the cutoff. I flat with 7s. I flop a set. And he checks it back, which is unfortunate. Then I bet on the turn. And he insta raises to 1050. And I'm like, so that's pocket 9s. That just has to be pocket 9s or like slow played aces for kings. I don't know. He was just snap raising that turn bet. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to call. You know, I can't fold a set. And he goes ahead and bets. And I'm like, okay, you know, I should have maybe... We should be value jamming this. He could have ace king, he could have ace 9, whatever, but it just didn't make any sense that he checked this back. I think that people, when they slow play, they tend to just check back with the super monsters. Like super monsters, ace king, they're just afraid to get sucked out on, but when they have aces or kings, they're really like feeling like, I'm gonna slow play this to death. And then, you know, when he checks back this flop, he can also have 9s. So I decided it wasn't a good spot for a value shove, and he had 9s. So yeah, soul read there. I don't know why. So what pots did I lose? This was a pretty interesting one. This is probably a very interesting one. So I opened ace queen suited. Again, I played with a blinding it down concept, meaning that as soon as my stack is like dwindling too much, I'll leave the table and go back to 50 NL again. So I just wanted to invest like 3 or 4 stacks for this shot. I went ahead and flatted the ace queen suited. Maybe it should be a fold or sometimes even a 4-bet as a bluff, but didn't have any reads on this guy, just a regular guy. And he snap bets 13 on the flop, and on the turn he snap bets again. And I'm like, you know, what am I beating really? He couldn't, you know, is he really having ace jack in that spot? He could have like aces, kings, and ace king most prominently. Maybe he's gonna have some draws like king, queen of spades or so. But I just couldn't come up with too many bluffing combos. Maybe the same hand, and just chopping it up. So I made a tight nitty fold. Not sure. What do you think of it? Leave a comment in the comments. So that was one of those. This one was just against a shorty. Nothing too spectacular. He had like a7 and, you know, I 3-bet in pre-flop and we got it in on the flop. I folded this one. I think this is a pretty easy fold. Didn't lose too many pots. Doesn't seem like it. Oh yeah, that was a nice hand. That was like the biggest pot of grinding it up, I think. I think it is the biggest pot of grinding it up. So yeah, we got min raise, call, call. This guy goes ahead and makes it 750. I try to isolate and make it close to 20. He goes ahead and calls. I flop a second pair, and it goes check, check. On the turn, I make a queen, and he pots it. And I'm like, okay, so one time. He probably doesn't have pocket kings, would have moved in with that. He's not putting with a flush, is he? Nah, he's not putting with a flush. So what hands is he potting with? He's usually like potting with ace, king with the ace of clubs. He's potting with, I don't know, queen, jack, pair and a draw with a club. Jack 10 with like jack of clubs or whatever. So I don't think he's putting with a flush, so I shouldn't be afraid. He can't really be putting with a straight because, you know, that's kind of a scary texture even for ace jack. He could have ace jack, of course, but jack 9, nah, don't think he's potting with those hands, so I just stick it in. And he calls the rest off, and I'm like, no club. Ooh, that's not what we wanted to see. But yeah, that's what we wanted to see. So yeah, that was a pretty nice pot, and we shipped it. So that was... Oh yeah, that was like, I remember that one. I posted this too. So again, I have ace king. This guy raises. This guy 3-bets. Tagged him as a recreational player. And you know, I had this before. Recreational player flats, and when they flat, they have all sorts of crappy hands. So I semi bluff on the flop because he only has a pot size bet left, and he goes ahead and calls with ace queen. This is like a funny bet. I mean, it's kind of a bet. I asked people on Facebook what they think, is this for value or as a bluff, and it kind of is both. It's kind of a merged bet, and it's kind of a bet where you want to pick up the dead money there, and you don't want to allow him to see any free cards because they can hurt your hand. Also, if you get called, you still have like 25% equity. It's not that bad. Like only if he has like flopped the set, of course. That's different. But usually it's not going to flop too much. And yeah, as we see, sometimes you can call with worse. So it's kind of a in-between thing. Sometimes you'll bluff off hands like, you know, pocket 5s maybe. Sometimes you can get a call from this type of hand. Sometimes you can even get a call from 10-9 of clubs or so. Who knows? So yeah, it's like, you know, it's a merged bet, I guess. What happened here? I think I went for 3 streets. So yeah, 3-bet this short stacky guy and flop an ace, and yeah, I get the full payoff from. Oh, he had a decent draw on the flop. You know, it was pre-flop call, of course, pretty questionable. So here, maybe not sure about the sizing. I think I should have sized bigger. So I raise with 9s, and he leads into me, and I raise to 15, and I think I should have raised bigger. I think I don't like my size here. Should have raised to at least like 18 or 20. I think 20 is a better size because it's such a drawy coordinated texture. It's like allows him to have so many draws, so many combo draws, queen jack, so many 10s. The good thing about me having middle set is that he can have a lot of 10x. So I think, yeah, I hate my size here. Just really don't like the size there. I should have raised it bigger. And I think I got punished for it because I didn't get max value now. 10 on the turn. When I had him bet 22, he called. And so we had 62 left and an $81 pot. I decided, well, of course it's a jam, but he folds. I guess he was drawing a lot. And I don't think he has a 10 there, but, you know, sure, maybe he has a hand like king, jack of hearts or whatever. But I think if I raise flop bigger, I might be able to get stacks in on the turn sometimes. Who knows? What happened here? Not sure about this one. So yeah, here I decided to call a 3-bet. I opened it up from early position. I got 3-bet by this tighter guy whose screen name I actually shouldn't disclose. And I went ahead and just check called check call turn, and when check on the river. It's pretty tough to decide what would I have done if he turned his hand into a bluff, and I think I would have called probably. I think calling is good here because it's one of the best hands that I show up with. So in that case, I just hope that he has some bluff, because people at these stakes will start bluffing both pre and post flop. So I think that's fine, and he had 8-9 suited, so that was a good call. And I think I would have been likely to call the river too, so wouldn't have been afraid of a jam. Of course, I would have to take into consideration that he's gonna have like 10s and 10-9 suited if he has 8-9 suited, of course. The 9 is not a great card, but it's an okay card, and I think it's close, but we should be calling with queens here. I mean, if we consider his 3-betting range to be a lot of high card broadways and some overpairs, some jacks. He's not value shoving jacks, I guess, so maybe we can take that out. So aces and kings. It's even close for aces and kings to be value shoving, I guess, because I can have a lot of sets here as well. So it's kind of tough to decide, but I think that he might still be bluffing to some point. He seems fairly tight, so maybe on the first note, you know, it's a very, very close spot, I gotta admit. And for him to be checking this back is also quite close. I mean, maybe some people will turn it into a bluff, some people don't. So that was this hand. Then we had aces again. What happened here? So I opened aces and get called, and yeah, I decided to go for the check shove. It's one of these boards where I'm going to be checking a lot of hands here. I mean, 9-8-7, it's not going to hit my perceived range very well, so I'm going to check a lot here and go for the check jam and just get him committed with some, you know, ace-7 or, you know, whatever pocket pair he might have, and just put me on a bluff. But he was actually having a decent hand. I mean, he's not going anywhere. Yeah, it could also go bet, but it's just feeling like it could be a cool idea to go ahead and just check this flop and have him stab at it, which worked out. So I decided to isolate this recreational player, bet the flop, he called. All of a sudden he dunks on the turn. Of course, like for $9 I can't fold here. The river goes check, and I'm close. I'm thinking about value betting this, but I decided to check it back just because he could have a hand like queen jack some of the time and get afraid. And you know, that's actually like one of these hands I could come up with that he decides to call. And then again, he could also have ace jack or queen jack, but it's kind of a hand like with this particular hand, he might have even called a half pot size bet just because he has a pair and some of the draws busted, just such an innocuous texture that people on paired boards just get paranoid and they just end up calling some crappy stuff. So I might have done that. I'm not sure. Yeah, the ace queen suited. Curious about your opinion. Would you call there on the turn? Would you fold? Let me know. There's nothing too spectacular here or here. Just small pots. A lot of small pots added up. Didn't lose too many bigger pots, so that was nice. Yeah, all in all, I mean, I'm pretty happy about the results. Doing fairly well at 50 NL, so my win rate is like, I think, close to 5 big blinds per 100 right now on 35,000 hands. So yeah, I'm feeling comfortable at 50 NL Zoom Poker. And, you know, we're ready for 100 NL already, I feel. You know, this itch is just very strong. The itch to play higher stakes is strong in this one. And yeah, I gotta admit, I am thinking about, you know, taking up grinding at my regular stakes again pretty soon, but that if I do make that decision, that will not affect grinding it up, the bankroll building project, at all. So don't worry about it. I'll find a way, I'll figure it out. And if I do feel like it's the time to get back into my regular games and make some money, hope to make some money at least, you know, I'll let you know and we will figure it out, because I could think about, you know, keeping up with this project like once in a week, twice in a week, you know, regularly do my video sessions on Mondays or Tuesdays, then do a hangout on Friday. You know, this is completely separate from anything else that I do, so, you know, if I feel like it, I might jump back into it. But, you know, we're getting there with 100 NL. If I succeed at 100 NL, I might actually be even close to playing 200 NL pretty soon again, even within the frames of this Banco building project, so that would be awesome. But if not, yeah, we'll figure out a way. So I'll let you guys know. But for now, it worked out, which is nice. We're gonna have a final look at the graph. Whee! That looks nice. So yeah, 2,460 plus 150 wins, 140 at least now. 130, 140 from tourneys. Because I think I lost about 20 bucks yesterday playing tournaments, playing the Micro Millions. I'll play some more Micro Millions events in the upcoming days. Not sure about this event. I might play this one, but I'm heading off for lunch now, so not sure. But yeah, I'll definitely play some more Micro Million events. They're just awesome events, so yeah, don't miss out on playing some. Alright, so that's it for episode 72. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep grinding it up, guys.